Hey everybody, welcome to My Green Pets. I'm William Green. This is my grow tent. It is a big monstrosity in my apartment, but it is full of beautiful things, especially today. We have entered Cattleya Rex season. And wow, wow, wow. I am so impressed with these little guys. Look at that. Don't they look nice? In the sunlight especially. They do have a fragrance. They smell like rose. It's not really strong, but you can smell it. And look right next to it, we have our good friend Hal. Hal and Cattleya Rex hanging out together. Now Hal, of course, does not smell like roses. He smells like poo-poo. So it is quite the contrast to have these two blooming together, but it is still very nice to see them both. You certainly don't see these two together very often. I emailed one of the judges at my local judging center yesterday, and I said, what do you think about this plant? Should I bring it into judging? And he says, bring it. Well, don't have to tell me twice. The only thing is, judging is May the 8th, 1 week from today. I really hope that the flowers last. I'm actually not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be trying to keep the temperatures down. You can see it's 27 degrees C in here right now. But I have taken some measures. I'm keeping my windows open at night to keep the temperatures down at night at least. Once the sun goes over the apartment building, it will be shade. And I have cut the timing on the lights. I don't know if you can see my timer here, but see how the light normally would be on during all this period, but I switched it to just 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off, 30 minutes on, 30 minutes off throughout the light cycle to just maybe decrease the amount of light that's on the plant and hopefully slow down the aging process a little bit. This all might be totally unnecessary, but it's what I'm doing. If I can drag my attention away from these plants for just a second, wanted to mention the auction. The auction is ending today at, let's see, 8 p.m. my time here in Denver. So 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific. A lot of items have been bid on, but there's a few that still haven't been bid on. So you might be able to get in there and get something really cheap. I know some of the Vanda Valcata divisions don't have bids on them yet, and they're like 12, 15, something, less than $20. So jump on those if you're interested. All the catasetums are spoken for, of course, but the bids are still, you know, you could still probably get in there and get one. And what else? The Bulbophyllum Medusa. I was surprised at this actually. The Medusa divisions, excuse me. The Medusa divisions, I think the largest one does have some bids on it, but I think the other two divisions don't even have bids on them yet. So you might be able to get a Bulbophyllum Medusa division for way cheap, like $20. This Danielle Fritas division has got bids on it, but these two do not. This is as of Saturday morning. And this is what that plant looks like when it's all kind of, oh my gosh, this is so annoying. I accidentally sliced the shower curtain when I made this tent. This is what that plant looks like, Danielle Fritas. You can see the flowers are pretty interesting. Actually, it won't focus on them. Come on, focus. Pretty cool, and it will continue to bloom for months. Nice foliage. There's a bigger one back there, and you can see its bloom spike is grown up underneath. Just gonna kind of grow up right there. It gets real tall. These are real cool. What else? So the Peripheral seedlings that I ordered a bunch of Cattleya Rex seedlings from Peripheral. And they are, I don't know if they're gonna be bigger than these, smaller than these, but they are supposed to be coming in next week. I got an email from Peripheral yesterday, so really excited about that. Hope they show up. I heard from another grower in Australia who recently got seedlings from Peripheral that they are very small. So I don't know what very small means. To me, this is very small. These are okay. I would love them if they were this big, but they're probably not going to be. But speaking of that, check out the seedlings. So I've had these guys for, I think I got them in November, October, November, something like that. So this is, you know, about half a year's growth on them, and you can see that got some roots growing. Definitely some roots growing around the pot there. That's always a good thing. Seedlings can put out tremendous roots. They're really surprising. The Dowiana seedlings look really good, actually. You're starting to see the ones that are going to survive and the ones that are going to die off. It's really becoming clear. The Blossfeldiana ones, they've got new growth on them. There's a lot of old growth that's kind of icky looking, but there is new growth coming too. So I'm hoping that the new round of growth on these guys is going to look better. See some more Dowianas here. They're just growing right along. I actually try to keep them pretty dry. In fact, this is a Cattleya Rex seedling. I have just one, two, three, four little Rex seedlings. And there might be multiple here in this one, but this one I just potted in a little clay pot just as an experiment with no moss, no nothing. I just set the seedling in the pot. And it's doing fine. I mean, it's got roots wrapping around the inside of the pot there. Can we see it in the light there? Yep. And they're just doing fine. So, even these are Dowiana seedlings, but even as small as they are, look at that massive root coming out of there. And these do have a little bit of moss in there, but not much. So, drier is better, I'm learning. Drier is better. Of course, I gave everything a thorough soaking in thiamine treatment, the fungicide. So that's why you're seeing the white on the leaves here. I really soaked the roots in them really good. So hopefully that's going to just, and I think that's going to have to become a regular thing. Like as long as I'm growing in an enclosed space like this, I'm going to just have to do regular preventative fungal treatments. I think, you know, fungus, if there's one spore in here, you know, it could grab onto something. So I might try to alternate thiamine with Phyton 27. So one of them is a copper-based fungicide. One of them works by a different method, I think. So maybe if I rotate those two, I've heard you're supposed to use 3. So I don't know. Any suggestions on the fungicide? Sounds good to me. I'll take it. Bulbophyllum Crossium is, you can see lots of new growth in here. I'm really excited about that. These bloom in the winter, and they have beautiful little flowers. They look like sunshine. They look like a sunburst when they come out. They are so cool. And this one's super rare. I don't know anyone who has this one. So I'm excited. Growth looks like it's happening. Seems to be okay in this, you know, just kind of a fine grade bark mix that I got at the big box store. Seems to be okay. The real test will be if the new growth start rooting and if the roots take hold and it, you know, they really start to take in water. Should be good. Should be okay. Hal is back here. Now Hal actually lost one of his big leaves last week. His bulbs are kind of wrinkly. I don't know about Hal. I don't know what's going on here. I know he has bloomed himself crazy. I mean, he's got, I think he's approaching the 20th flower on each of these spikes. They've had 20 flowers. I mean, that's, when I first got this plant, I read a description that said, they can have up to 8 blooms on one spike. And I'm like, okay, well, they can have up to 20 blooms on one spike. I'm here to tell you. What else we got here? I'm excited about my Jessie Lee division. I was a little worried because I thought my Jessie Lee division might not make it. It was dropping leaves. Some of the back bulbs were turning yellow. But the new growth down here is starting to put out roots. I think you can barely see them down there. New growth is starting to put out roots. That's good. As soon as those roots get hold, they can take up some water, and then that plant will be able to continue growing. I don't think that that growth will bloom at all, but it will certainly be able to put another growth, and maybe that other growth will bloom. These are the Jessie Lee divisions that are up for auction. They look great. Look at those brand new growths coming up. Big, strong growths. And roots too. Roots going everywhere. Those have both got some bids on those. And I wouldn't be surprised if those bloom this fall or winter. Oh, I can smell the Cattleya Rex. I can smell it. The fragrance is like wafting over here. Oh, it's a sweet rose. Sweet Rosie. You are the rose of Peru. And what else? More Cattleya Rex. We got a bunch. Lots of sheaths. Big sheath here on this one. Big sheath back here. Big sheath over here. Big sheath down here. I mean, there's a bunch. There's a bunch. When these all bloom out, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. This is what I've been waiting for 8 years. I got these plants when they were this big, and it took 8 years to get to this point. And I made a lot of mistakes too, so hopefully I'm not going to make as many mistakes this time. But you never know. I could be making big mistakes right as we speak and not know it. Alright guys, that is it from me at My Green Pets. I hope that you will have a look at the auction. The link is in the description. And happy growing. Have a great Saturday. Have a great weekend. See ya.